Okay, so if you can hear me over the roar of the engine, I am making my way to the tippy-top, most northernmost inhabited place on Earth, where there are more polar bears than there are humans. Like, this is just wild. Woo! Faster!
Throughout my career, I've worked in all kinds of kitchens. And every challenge I've faced has made me a better chef. So now, I'm headed out on a journey. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. To places like this, and this.
Wow, look at that.
To restaurants so remote that their chefs face more challenges in a day
See what it takes to get a good product?
than most chefs face in a lifetime.
Oh my God!
And yet, they turn these obstacles into once-in-a-lifetime meals.
We got a fish!
Oh yeah, looking good.
Now, they're welcoming me into their kitchens.
Cheers. Welcome.
Oh, yum. Wow, wow.
It's a chance to up my game,
I'm just blown away.
That's good.
I know.
while having the kind of adventure that can only be had at the very end of the world.
I got it.
After 4 flights, I've arrived in Svalbard, midway between the northern tip of Norway and the North Pole. At that point, I hopped on this 2-hour boat ride that is taking me through an icy fjord to get to the tip of Cape Linné, home of Isfjord Radio Restaurant.
Let's go, step on it.
It's July, and even in the middle of summer, the lack of roads and limited access by sea make this one of the most isolated places in the world.
Wow, look at that.
The restaurant is housed in a radio station that was built in 1933. With the arrival of fiber optic cable in 2003, the facility became obsolete. And though it may look a bit rustic on the outside, it's been transformed into an elegant hotel and fine dining destination.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi.
Hold on. I'm Kristen.
I'm Evelyn.
Evelyn.
I'm gonna be your guard.
My guard, okay? What do I need a guard for?
Don't worry. Let's go.
Don't worry. Famous last words right there.
Isfjord Radio is quite isolated, so we are located in polar bear territory, which means that just roam around freely outside. They actually need to be accompanied by guards.
Seriously?
Yeah, here you go. This is a polar bear paw.
Oh, God.
We just had one that broke into the garage, found his way somehow to the food storage, went in there, made a huge mess, and then he climbed out of the window.
It's crazy. Oh, my God. How often around here does that actually happen, like per year?
Well, that always depends a little bit. That's basically also the reason why you are not allowed to just go outside and walk around between all the buildings. So every time you want to go out, you have to call me or someone like me with a gun. So we can escort you and make sure you're safe while you, for example, use the sauna and then have a swim in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. You'll be standing there with the rifle.
We'll be standing there with the rifle.
We all know polar bears can be deadly, and Evelyn tells me there's over 3,000 of them on this island. So as weird as it might be to have a guard, I'm kind of glad she's with me.
You ready to explore our hotel and restaurant?
Yes.
The reason I wanted to come to this restaurant is because it has a reputation for not only being remote,
Get rid of your suit and your boots.
but for serving one-of-a-kind experimental dishes which are unlike anything I've had before.
Okay, come on in.
Thank you. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. You walk inside and you are immediately greeted by warmth. It's like the textures, the patterns, the colors.
Everything makes you feel like you've now stepped into this cozy oasis. And while that gusting, freezing world is just outside, it's clear in here you're going to experience nothing but elegance.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm Kristen.
I'm Roger.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Glad to see you make it out to Ishard.
This is great.
Thank you very much. How was the boat ride?
Everything from, honestly, even just like the 4-day journey that it's taking me to get here has been
Imagine, yeah.
an absolute adventure.
A little magical place, I must say myself as well.
How does this work? Like, I'm fascinated by this entire process because you are quite literally like in the middle of nowhere.
To be very honest, it's very limited. Before I came to Ishard Radio, I was working at a very busy restaurant in Amsterdam, and there the trucks came every day. You know, we unload the trucks, every fresh produce came, and then I came out here and it's opposite world.
Rogier grew up in the Netherlands, but he spent more time on the road than any other place. He fell in love with cooking when he took a job at a restaurant to help fund his travels. And years later, he went on to become the chef at one of Amsterdam's top restaurants. But the need for a new adventure was calling him, and Ishard Radio fit the bill. After 2 years on the job, he still finds creating extraordinary meals with very limited resources to be the ultimate challenge.
It's all about the preservation and making sure that I do have a fully stocked freezer.
Can I see this freezer?
Yes, please.
Because I imagine it's just like packed with so much good stuff.
It is, definitely. Let me show you.
Local trappers are limited to very short hunting windows. So Rogier takes what he can when it's available, butchers it, and freezes it to last the entire year.
This is a stack of reindeer mince, reindeer stock, reindeer necks, and it keeps on going.
Every part of the animal is used. Nothing goes to waste. So you have a freezer full of beautifully preserved items, and you also have a lot of great fresh produce. So how is this getting to you?
In the summertime, the fresh produce, I get it by the boats, which happens about once a month.
Okay.
We don't always get it like in the tip-top conditions because it takes such a long time for the produce to come here. So we need to find a way to preserve it, start using it, or like extend the life of it a little bit longer.
Being resourceful is just the start for Rogier. He has to deliver a world-class dining experience night after night.
Let me open up the door for you.
Thank you.
So it's nice to have you here. While you're here, we're gonna have an adventure group coming here, and I want to use them a little bit to start trying out a few new dishes that I haven't done before to kind of get us prepared for our CEO, Rita. She's gonna come the end of this week.
Britta is the mother of Ishard Radio. She always tells her chefs the food should be as adventurous as the journey to get there. And she comes by every few months to see if the restaurant is living up to her standards.
I need to make sure that she's going to be completely surprised and just blown away.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
So are you thinking of any specific dishes so far? Or what kind of ideas are floating around your head?
I always like to implement a little bit of the freshness that we can find here that doesn't come straight from my freezer. If we want to make it a spectacular dinner, I know there's urchins, mussels, clams underneath the water somewhere. So we're gonna have to go diving.
It's freezing cold.
And the water has warmed up at least 1.5 degrees in the last couple of weeks.
1.5 degrees it warmed up.
It warmed up, yeah. It will take your breath away when you go underneath the water.
I'm gonna jump in the Arctic Ocean. Oh, God. Rogier has scouted the area for good diving spots and found a huge colony of sea urchins in a shallow bay just 15 minutes from the restaurant.
Well, then our diving spot is going to be over here.
Hey, real quick, guys. There is actually a polar bear on the ground.
Hold on. Where?
Look.
It's a polar bear.
It's the polar bear.
Oh my God, it's moving.
So a polar bear this close to the shore means there's likely a food source nearby. He locked eyes with me. I felt it. It's probably a seal, but I'm not eager to give him any other ideas.
He knows we're here. He's looking straight at us. Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Is that too close to go diving there?
Rafael,
Yeah.
what does this mean for our dive?
It's too big risk.
Since polar bears are excellent swimmers and prey on creatures in the sea, it looks like we'll need to change up our dive spot. But even though sea urchins are overpopulated in this area, Rogier can't be sure that there's going to be any at this new location.
Oh boy. Look at her.
Bye.
Bye.
The ocean is about a degree above freezing. So in theory, this 7mm wetsuit should keep me nice and warm.
Okay. 3, 2.
Oh my God, it's cold. Raphael is keeping an eye out on a nearby cliff so he can give us plenty of warning if there are any more polar bears. But we'll have to be quick since we're definitely going to attract attention.
Now we need to go down and search for some stuff.
There's a ton of seaweed in this spot, which is a popular snack for sea urchins.
Where are the sea urchins?
I have no idea.
But we searched and searched and searched and came up empty-handed. So we grabbed some seaweed instead.
I found this one and it interests me because I've never seen it before.
The whole mission wasn't a complete fail. We got some seaweed. I know Rogier has a backup plan, so we'll head off to a different location and then hopefully we can find something we can actually serve to our guests. Once I get the human condom off my body.
Let's get some fish. So we're gonna go to Lake Linnaeus, which is where I get most of my char in the summertime. And you can kind of see how the landscape already changes, like from one place to the next one.
This whole area is protected by the Norwegian government, and no motorized vehicles are allowed. So the only way to get to the lake is a 2-hour round-trip hike across the tundra.
Look at this landscape. It's like in the middle of nothing. Amazing!
Once I crested the ridge, I swear to God, the view literally took my breath away.
X marks the spot.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Welcome to Lake Linnaeus. We're gonna get some fish.
Let's go do it.
Rogier prefers to fish with nets that he sets out at the beginning of the season and returns to check daily.
As you can see, we have some buoys out already. We're gonna start with this one. So how do you feel like going out on the water?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
So to get to the buoys that mark the nets, we're taking his canoe.
I'll have a survival suit here for you.
Rogier makes this trip to the lake every day in the summer. He's caught as many as 18 fish at a time, but sometimes he doesn't get any at all.
You got this?
Yep, I can do it.
Whatever he gets in those short months has to last him all year.
Oh my God.
Then what I now always do, I grab the buoy and attached to the buoy, you find the floating rope.
Okay,
How are we doing?
I don't feel any fish.
Uh-oh, no luck.
Yeah, there's no fish.
Ready for the next one?
Where is it?
They're over there.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, I should have been wearing your suit. You're getting water all over me.
Woo!
There we go.
Oh, we got fish!
We got fish!
Holy shit, it's a big one!
Nice.
It may be just one fish, but with one this size, we can easily feed the party that's coming tomorrow, as well as Britta and her friends the following day.
Woohoo! An Arctic char from the Arctic. Who would have thought?
Back on the shore, Rogier suggested we warm up with coffee before the long hike back.
There's something to be said about the character of a person who can do this and live in this environment.
Definitely challenges. It's like 24/7 daylight can already upset a lot of people from day one. 24/7 darkness. Of course, you miss your families and friends, you know, but then more the challenge for myself, saying, I can do this.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love a challenge. I thrive in it. I need it.
Yeah.
It keeps me on my toes.
It's a good thing Rogier likes to stay on his toes because working in a spot like this requires an intense focus at all times. And now I'm looking forward to seeing how his intensity plays out in the kitchen.
Bread is in the oven. The guests will most likely come in around 7:30-ish. So we have a couple of hours until go time.
For this meal, Rogier wants to test out some truly experimental recipes on a group of Arctic hikers in order to more finely tune what he serves to the founder in 2 days.
It's gonna be the amuse, a starter, a main, and a dessert.
Okay.
We gotta give them a dessert.
Yeah.
Now that we're swapping out the Arctic char for the sea urchins, I'm curious to see how Rogier plans to prepare it with the other ingredients he's preserved, frozen, or had recently delivered.
We have beetroots. So I was thinking about a beetroot puree kind of idea. We'll do some trial tests.
The main course will be a sous vide preparation of Arctic char, complemented by fresh apples, a fermented berry sauce, and beet puree, another smart mix of fresh and preserved ingredients.
What do you want me to do?
You can do the reindeer tongue with the melon.
Sure.
Perfect.
The main will be complemented by an appetizer of reindeer tongue with fresh melon. It's a local twist on a tried and true classic.
Now, one of the desserts that I've also been trial and erroring with, we do passion fruit, mix it in with some saffron and kimchi juice. I want to try out caramelized white chocolate and maybe some parsnip chips and make it into a sorbet.
So Rogier's dessert will be a passion fruit and kimchi, yes, kimchi sorbet, with a white chocolate custard and parsnip chips, dusted in lingonberry powder.
It's a new experiment for me as well, so let's trial and error and just have fun with it.
Oh boy. So the dessert is making my brain go a little bit crazy.
It would have never occurred to me to put kimchi juice in a passion fruit sorbet.
It's my kimchi.
Oh, this got a kick.
Exactly, but it's sweet in the beginning, and then a kick in the end.
But this is what I came here for, to be pushed out of my culinary comfort zone. I'm really hoping these diners' palates are as adventurous as the effort it took for them to get here.
I think I looked out of the window and saw a few of the guests.
Do they look happy and hungry?
They definitely look hungry. Bread is ready.
Thank God. What do you think about putting a little divot and putting a little bit of sweetness in?
Love your style.
Yeah.
Love your work.
Chardonnay from Burgundy.
Our dinner party is waiting to be served, so we're doing the final plating of the stout beer bread starter, which we decided to complement with a Mork syrup at the last minute to give the butter an unexpected sweet kick.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Starting off today, we have some stout bread. It's a sourdough that you kind of mix in with some caraway seeds and cayenne pepper. We have the whipped brown butter, and some genius person actually puts in a little bit of Mork syrup, which is a dark syrup.
Thank you.
Yes, guys. Thank you very much.
It's good. I like the twist with the brown syrup inside. This is really, really good.
So the diners here, they're looking for something that shakes things up. They're looking for something they can't find anywhere else. They're, quite frankly, the dream guests.
Glad to see everybody is still here. Thank you very much for that.
This way.
This is definitely an effort that we've done together. We have a piece of melon in reduced cherry vinegar, and then we have reindeer tongue pastrami on top of that.
What is it presented on?
This is the shoulder bone of also the Svalbard reindeer.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Reindeer tongue. It's tender on the inside, but still the crust is like chewy.
That is very tasty. I like it.
Wow.
So for the main, we have a beetroot puree. We have an Arctic char that we catch ourselves in Lake Linné. We have apples, we have a fermented berry sauce, and then some puffed buckwheat on top of it. So enjoy, guys.
Thank you.
I like the freshness of the apple. It's really good.
And the skin is crisp as well. It's nice.
I'm gonna jump on the sorbet.
Oh boy.
So far, these diners have been very receptive and a great test for the dishes Rogier would like to serve for the founder tomorrow.
I love little trials like this.
But even I'm not sure if Rogier will hit the mark with his experimental dessert.
The white chocolate, the lingonberry powder, passion fruit all make sense to me. It's the kimchi juice and the saffron that's throwing me off.
Like the same.
Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
The last little trial. This is a caramelized white chocolate crème anglaise. And then you have a little canal of sorbet in the middle, which is a sorbet made from passion fruit, saffron, and some kimchi juice inside of it.
Kimchi juice.
They reacted a lot easier than you did.
Yes, it did. The adventurous group.
Sounds disgusting, not gonna lie. It's a bit weird to think about it. I was like, why would you even try that?
Dig in, don't let it melt.
Oh my God. Oh, it's really good.
Super nice.
The passion fruit, it's amazing. But yeah, the favorite, there's no question, was the dessert. I love the ice cream.
Super good.
So good. Like, had all the components. It had the sourness that I really like, and then the crunchiness with the chips on top. That was amazing.
That's a really good dessert.
Cheers. Mmm. That's fun.
Oh, it's funky. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Really? Finally, somebody says it makes sense.
The dessert was the shock of the century. And any doubt that I had that it was just ingredients thrown together to shock somebody all went away when you tasted it.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming here. And I hope that the adventure doesn't stop at this, just keeps on going. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Okay, so yes, today's meal was a total success.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah, love it.
But Rogier's boss is coming tomorrow, and she has notoriously high standards. So game on.
I think we're on a really good course with what we have been doing, because I was very excited to see the dishes that we made. It looked amazing and tasted amazing, and I think everybody was super happy with it.
And that dessert was awesome.
You like it?
Yeah, I really do.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Not only was the meal a success, but the star dish was Rogier's passion fruit kimchi sorbet, which is inspiring him to push the envelope even further to impress his boss.
I'm also looking to switch it up a little bit with something exotic.
Just add more.
Just add one more dish as well. And I also think it'd be nice for you to have a little bit of that playfulness with it, which is going to be the Svalbard ptarmigan.
How do you spell ptarmigan?
It's a PT ptarmigan.
Rogier tells me the ptarmigan is a grouse that lives in the area and is such a staple, they call it the Svalbard chicken.
I have a few of the hearts left.
Okay.
But of course, Rogier wants to use the parts of the animal that aren't widely eaten.
Stuff that I really want to work with, what I haven't actually worked with yet, is the stomachs.
I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook that, but I'll figure it out.
Trial and error. Stomachs.
I have one try to get that right.
I gotta say, it's pretty daunting to be asked to experiment with a totally new ingredient before this really important dinner. But it's also getting me back in touch with how I first fell in love with cooking. So the first thing I ever made at like 5 or 6 years old was a chocolate pudding. It did not include chocolate, nor did it include sugar. It was basically water, cornstarch slurry, and soy sauce to make it turn brown. And I just went into the kitchen and I just did it without fear of failure, without fear of someone not liking it. It did not taste good. But it wasn't about that. It was about the thrill of discovery and not the fear of defeat. And that's how I want to approach this ptarmigan dish.
Thinking of like this really great, rich, yummy broth, and then we can skewer the meats and the stomach and just like a light grill.
Brain is already going.
Yeah.
100 miles an hour. I love it. Yeah.
So we'll do a
Ptarmigan
brodo
brodo.
with skewered stomach. First time I've ever written that in my life.
Perfect.
But the stomachs aren't the only thing Rogier wants to test. Keeping with the bird theme, he invites me back into the kitchen to show off his latest experiment in the form of a new cocktail.
I do have something that I'm trying out because the grouse pouch is what we call their hamster bag. I've made that, or I put it inside of some Dutch malted gin, Jenever. I can go and get it and let you have a try as well.
Some regurgitated, undigested pouch liquid.
It hasn't been regurgitated yet.
Oh man, the color's throwing me off though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Oh no, so it's all the stuff that they have yet to swallow.
Yeah, this is what they collect for the winter time. So it is saved in a little pouch.
But it's got all the digestive acid, right?
No digestive acid. It doesn't get digested inside
Saliva.
the pouch. Maybe some enzymes, some healthy enzymes, probiotic bacteria, because if you smell the bag, it smells like very herby and seedy from...
But this is very, very new. And the idea of unswallowed stuff does throw your brain for a loop.
It's as close to Svalbard produce you can get, only the birds have been gathering it for us.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it is with local seeds from Svalbard that they have collected. So if they can't get any food, they will regurgitate this and swallow it. It's amazing. Yeah. Just have a quick little smell about it.
I don't know.
I mean, I consider myself an adventurous eater, but this one is pushing my limits. But hey, I was wrong about that kimchi dessert, and I'm always staying open-minded to things that are new to me.
I will try it.
So today, before we actually go and feed our guests, I think it would be nice to go out and have one more little experience of Svalbard.
Okay.
Give you a little surprise.
And this is something to aid in the dinner this evening?
It will add a nice little touch to the dinner, yes. So I think you'll be blown away.
Are you all prepped for the dinner?
Yeah, we cook together. I promise I'm not gonna make you dive, but I'm gonna make you touch the water.
I will. So today's the day we'll be cooking for Rogier's boss. And he's taking me to his favorite spot in Svalbard to get a surprise last-minute ingredient.
So this is what makes Svalbard magical.
so crazy. Oh my God.
So what are we getting?
We're getting ice.
We're getting the most obvious choice.
Kill the engine, brother. If you're really quiet and you listen through the waves, you hear all the pops and cracks. This is the glacier ice that's been compressed snow and air bubbles over thousands of years. So when it melts, all the air bubbles pop, 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 pop. So if you put this in a glass and you pour a cocktail on top of it, you're gonna get the same popping effect.
I did not know glacier ice pops and fizzes. Like even just now. Just hold on, just take a second, everyone. Like seriously? It's magnificent. I'm finding myself at a loss for words.
Look in the front of us. Now he dive, you see? This is worse.
No. No way. surrounded by worms. Oh, they're just everywhere.
I can stare at this all day, but let's collect some of the glacier ice.
Oh yeah, because we actually have stuff to do.
We actually do have stuff to do, yeah. And a dinner to prepare. Here we go.
We'll do that one. Let's see.
Bye.
Only 10% of the ice is actually above water.
It's all connected. Bye.
So these pieces are a lot bigger than they appear on the surface. Hold on.
I got you.
Are you sure you have me?
I got you.
Oh, damn.
1 cubic foot of ice actually weighs 55 pounds. So we're definitely gonna get our workout today. That's heavy.
I'm gonna taste it. Cheers.
Cheers. Salty.
It is salty.
But don't worry, that saltiness won't be noticeable in a cocktail, since the ice itself is made from fresh water and we'll be chipping these giant chunks into very small pieces. I bet there's walrus pee on this. What do you think?
A little bit of extra flavoring.
Ready?
Yes, I was born ready. I've been setting up a little bit already.
Okay. We have, what, a couple hours? So we need to move fast.
Fast.
Okay.
Fast and efficient.
In addition to the reindeer pastrami and Arctic char that we served yesterday,
Fish is going down.
we're adding a new menu item that Rogier and I are working out together.
Stomach time.
Oh, boy. What's it smell like?
It's got a gamey kind of flow.
And this protein is unfamiliar to both of us.
Smells like olives.
A little bit.
The ptarmigan stomach, which we plan to grill on hand-cut skewers with other parts of the bird, and then serve with a broth on the side for dipping. And don't forget, there's that ptarmigan feeding sack that Rogier wants to mix into a cocktail.
I have a little hibachi grill. We can do the skewers on it.
And you're gonna make the skewers.
Yes, I'm gonna make the skewers because you kind of surprised me with that idea, and I did not have any skewers ready. But just like everything in this place, you're gonna kind of have to make do with what you got. 7 skewers coming up. Too big?
I think so, too thick,
A
yeah.
little bit too thick, huh? One more time through the middle would be perfect, actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm just trying to find my way into the stomach.
Oh, man. Oh. There it is.
Out come the little
Oh,
rocks.
Man.
She was a little freaked out by the stomachs, definitely. I like that. It's like I got freaked out by some of the things I do as well. But then it's just a mental challenge to like get over it and find the right way of working with it.
Oh my God, do you hear that? It's rocks in the stomach that the bird has eaten.
It helps them digest. I wonder what Britta's gonna say about this.
When Britta's coming in, is it a different kind of energy for you?
I'm definitely a little bit more focused, and I'm trying to serve for like very playful things. I would hate to let her be bored with the food.
Right.
I understand that Britta's mandate for Rogier is to be experimental.
If you feel this, it's super tough.
Oh yeah, that's like
I
leather.
don't think that's edible.
But to be experimenting with a new protein and new flavors with less than 2 hours before her arrival is pretty nerve-wracking.
Let's see if we can skewer an apple on that without it splitting. Oh, beautiful.
Perfect.
The way I think about food is my point of reference is nostalgia, it is comfort, it is things that I'm familiar with, and then I kind of start to manipulate and bring it to a place where it feels slightly more new, but it's not completely far departed from the point of origin.
Let's just get rid of the rocks. Need to make sure that we're giving edible foods on the skewers.
Rogier likes to start with the wildest, craziest ideas, and then he just starts messing with them. We have completely opposite approaches in the kitchen, so I'm excited, but I'm also kind of nervous to see how this all plays out.
God, we have 30 minutes. What do we have to do?
Fish is in, tongue and everything is prepared. Broth are on. Apple, we have just à la minute.
Dessert?
Sorbet is on.
So the only real thing we have to do is skewer.
Skewer, and make sure we have happy guests.
Yeah. See how this goes.
Happy days.
We're experimenting with the best way to serve up these grouse organs.
I think we should go olive, heart.
Are we writing this down?
We're thinking since the ptarmigan stomach smells similar to olives, we're going to include actual olives, along with the apples soaked in dill oil to give a bright complement to the gamey dish.
Stomach in the middle. No, we should put the apple in the middle to keep it separate. And then stomach. Look at that. How fun.
Arctic kebab. I love it.
Rogier is teaching me to trust my instincts more and not be so scared to mess up.
I dig it.
Me too.
I think we're ready to serve.
Welcome, just come in and have a seat.
Beautiful. Wow.
Hello, Brita. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Hello. I'm so glad to see you guys here. I will just quickly put some bread in the middle.
When you come this far north, through the valleys, crossing the frozen fjords, this is a unique adventure. And I think that the food should be as adventurous as the travel itself.
I'm gonna get this out of your way. It'd be a shame if you couldn't reach the bread.
Thank you.
So our chefs have a big responsibility in adding to that adventure.
Thank you very much for coming, as always, to East Shore Radio. I have the pleasure of being accompanied by Kristen Kitch to create an exciting dinner for you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With some syrup in the middle.
This place is a touch of madness. This place is adventure.
Oh.
So the meals should represent a touch of madness.
Have they had this before?
No, Brita has tried my reindeer tongue pastrami before, but not even close to what we're doing at the moment.
Rogier's plan is to start with the more expected dishes, like bread and butter and the reindeer pastrami.
Wow.
The way of presenting the food is amazing.
Yes. Just.
Fantastic.
So much taste.
Next up is the char,
Oh.
which also takes advantage of the local ingredients, but doesn't stray too far from a traditional Scandinavian preparation.
I have to learn how to cook this beetroot puree. I love the beetroot.
But now we're going into totally unknown and experimental territory.
Now I'm nervous.
Are you?
Yeah. So this is an interesting one. We've been playing around with the Svalbard ptarmigan. On the skewers, you will find a black olive, ptarmigan, heart. Then there's a breast and a piece of apple, marinated in some dill oil. Then a piece of stomach. We have a sauce that's made of apples, star anise, and also a tiny little bit of langoustine stock inside of it.
Don't forget to mention that he hand-whittled the skewers himself.
Did they add that some flavor, or is there slightly
They are
burnt?
definitely adding a little burnt flavor from the inside, but I would not recommend to eat it.
It tastes extra special, I promise.
Enjoy.
Thank you. We have never had those parts of the ptarmigan and the stick in our restaurant before.
Smells delicious.
And I think it's perfectly cooked.
Yes.
We want to deliver innovation elegancy, contrast, surprise. This dish answered to all of those areas for me.
I know Iceberg Radio has amazing food, but not like this.
Takes it to a new level.
Really a new level.
It's playful
Yeah,
and
he likes to
creative.
play.
Yeah.
They managed to create this fusion of our local resources and leveling it up to a gourmet level. That's what makes it special, and that's worth the trip, so to say.
You gotta go. Ice cream's melting.
After Rogier's gamble with the ptarmigan stomachs paid off, I was pretty sure that the kimchi passion fruit sorbet would also be a hit.
It's very strange, but it's fantastically good.
The life will be not the same after this dessert.
But this feeding bag cocktail, total wild card.
So what's this?
I have infused the feeding bags of the ptarmigans inside the young Dutch malted gin. So the herbiness that you have in it, it comes from the local fauna that the ptarmigans gather. The ice we have collected ourselves today from the glacier.
I recognize this ice.
I hope you enjoy it.
It's interesting. I love the glacier ice, but I don't like it.
Roger, I have some problem. I cannot understand how you get this idea and you go to this conclusion.
It doesn't taste good for me, but we have fun with it. And I think that is more or less what I get out of it. I think this here, this is playful, this is adventurous. I like that it's a touch of madness, doing things differently. And that's our idea, right? To doing it a bit differently.
Thank you, Roger.
Such an experience. Roger, thank you.
Thank you very much.
For being brave with us.
Thank you for allowing me to be brave.
By embracing radical experimentation, this chef has turned the challenges of having very limited resources into an opportunity.
I wish you stay forever, both of you.
I did not. Honestly, I was a help for him in the kitchen, and it was truly an absolute pleasure. This place is magical. Has inspired him to cook the foods that he cooks, and I was just a really lucky recipient to be on the other end of learning all this. So thank you very much.
You're being very humble. We brainstormed together, and I loved it.
Rogier truly is an inspiration, and if I can bring that sense of playfulness and discovery back into my own kitchen, who knows what might come out of it.
Cheers to both of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
But this is a lesson I can apply outside the kitchen too. This amazing restaurant is innovative, experimental, and most of all, gives space for wonder and curiosity. That's what made me fall in love with cooking in the first place, and it's a reminder of how I want to live my life. And now I'm ready to take the plunge into the next great adventure at the very end of the world.